I don't know if you guys knew this, but California is insane. I'm working on a video right now about the geography of California, and there is so much to cover, it's impossible to fit it all in. This place is shockingly diverse. It has more different landforms and more natural beauty than the rest of the country combined, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. There are more different geographic regions in this state than there are on some continents. To give you a quick rundown, it has glaciers and deserts and volcanoes, rainforests, ski resorts, beaches, slot canyons, barren plains surrounding tectonic fault lines, vast fields of wildflowers, pretty much every conceivable kind of agriculture, a few different archipelagos, a couple mega cities, some navigable rivers, and that's not even mentioning the pretty much endless suburbia as well. It's difficult to overstate how crazy this place is. It also has the largest population of any state by far, with more people than Canada. This is what the US would look like if we broke it up into regions with the population of California. Pause to take a look. Every country in purple here has fewer people than California, and yet it has some of the most remote and pristine wilderness in the country. Because even though it has 7 metropolitan areas with a population over 1 million, it also has 9 national parks, the most of any state, including Alaska. It just boggles the mind. It has the lower 48's highest point, Mount Whitney in Sequoia National Park, as well as its lowest point, Badwater Basin, just next door in Death Valley. Speaking of Sequoia, it's home to some crazy trees too. It has the world's largest, tallest, and oldest trees. It also has the lower 48's largest mountain, Mount Shasta, which is over 85 cubic miles in volume. The largest lava dome in the world is another volcano in California, Lassen Peak. And not too far from there is where the largest volcanic eruption in known geologic history happened. California also has 2 separate lakes that could hold the title for oldest lake in North America, Mono Lake and Clear Lake. And it also has the country's largest non-Great Lake, Lake Tahoe. We have North America's largest artificial saline lake in the Salton Sea, and the country's 3rd longest coastline with its most diverse marine ecosystem. It suffers from wildfires, earthquakes, droughts, tropical storms, avalanches, and flooding. It debatably has the world's smallest distinct mountain range, the country's largest and most populous counties, and the country's highest GDP by far. This is the US broken down into units of California's GDP. Pause to take a look. If California were its own country, it would have the world's 5th largest economy, despite only being 38th in population. It has both the lower 48's worst traffic and its largest stretch of roadless wilderness. It has the most Fortune 500 companies of any place in the world, the hemisphere's largest port, the country's tallest bridge, tallest dam, and most productive agriculture industry, producing over 400 different crops and the majority of the country's fruits, vegetables, and nuts. It has some of the world's most famous beaches, as well as the lower 48's longest stretch of wilderness coastline. I'm sorry for the rant. I'm not even from California. I'm from across the border in Nevada. But wow, you could spend 10 lifetimes in California and not experience it all. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it. And that video about California geography is coming very soon, so follow for more.